Welcome inside the Citrus TV studios for a special web edition of Cuse Countdown as Georgia Tech gets set to take on Syracuse for the second time this season. This one in the Carrier Dome alongside Tyler Aki and Matt Liberman. I'm Marco Socci. Guys, what does Syracuse need to do to make the NCAA tournament get a solid bid in there? I know we're on the fence right now.
I say Syracuse just needs to win either Saturday or in the ACC tournament, and they are firmly in the field of 68, no question in my mind.
For me, I would say that they need to get one more win to definitely be in the field. Even if they don't get another win, they'll still be an at-large, but if they don't want to have to do a play-in game, one more win would be nice.
Now, Syracuse, certainly a bubble team, another bubble team, Georgia Tech. Let's take a look at the last times these two teams met. Georgia Tech came away with a win at home, 71-65. This one came down to the final minutes. The Yellow Jackets able to eke it out. It was part of a Syracuse three-game losing streak. Torian Thompson with his first career double-double in this one, 18 points, 12 rebounds. And then you look at a guy like Ben Lammers. He had 23 points, 7 blocks, also 7 rebounds. And Todrick Jackson off the bench with 20 points as well. That's what really buried the Orange in that one.
Absolutely, and it's really tough for Syracuse to keep teams below in the points department when you have to play Torian Thompson so many minutes. And you keep him out there, obviously, for his offense. The offense was struggling, but you also sacrifice a lot on defense.
Yeah, you talk about Torian Thompson. Ben Lammers just ripped him apart inside, 23 points, 7 rebounds. He did everything that the Yellow Jackets needed him to do.
Now let's take a look at how these teams actually match up statistically. Here they are, identical records, 17-13. Again, remember I said huge bubble game, huge bubble implications for both these teams on Saturday. Points per game, Syracuse leads in that department. Georgia Tech's offense, not very good, but they do make up for it on the defensive end. They allow 66 points per game. Field goal percentage, advantage Syracuse, and three-point percentage. Georgia Tech, the worst three-point shooting team in the ACC.
And with Georgia Tech, you're not going to beat people with offense. They are top 10 in terms of defensive efficiency in the entire nation. That is where they make their mark.
Yeah, their defense on the inside and on the outside, they have a really strong perimeter defense and it really stifled Syracuse's guards last time they played.
So last time they played, of course, we discussed Georgia Tech came out with a close win down in Atlanta. This time they're here in Syracuse inside the Carrier Dome. We'll go keys to the game. Tyler, we're going to start with you.
For me, Syracuse needs to have long defensive possessions. This Georgia Tech team is not one that's going to create its own shot. You look at the roster, there's no one on there who can, when the clock is winding down, get their own shot. You look at a lot of it comes through down low with Ben Lammers. That's something that Syracuse is going to have to stop there. But if they can keep the ball on the perimeter, especially with the way the 2-3 zone operates, it shouldn't be a problem for Syracuse to force bad shots and maybe a couple shot clock violations as well.
Yeah, I certainly have to agree with you. One of the biggest things when you look at for my key to the game is that they need to close the back door. All season long, teams have been able to penetrate inside, have gone behind the wing defenders, and it results in a lot of alley-oops sometimes. I mean, you look, Ben Lammers had an alley-oop, Jonathan Isaac, the incredible Donovan Mitchell dunk. They've been able to do that all season long, just cutting back. Andrew White specifically has not been able to play strong wing defense at all at the bottom of the zone, and it's really hurt them. If they want to win, they need to play strong defense there.
So defense a key for both of you. Defense a struggle this past game on Sunday against Louisville. They gave up 88 points in that one. We'll see. Do they get it done this time? What are the predictions? Matt, we'll start with you.
Marco, I have to say that they're going to get it done. My score would be 74-62. I just think at home in their final game of the season, I think Syracuse will really come to play. They'll learn from their mistakes last game. I think that you'll see somebody such as Tyler Roberson have a much bigger impact in guarding Ben Lammers because you saw what he was able to do against Torian Thompson last time the two teams played. I just think that Syracuse will really come to play in front of their home court in the last game of the regular season. I think it's finally that is their time.
For me, I'm going also a 12-point game, but for Syracuse, it's an 80-68 win. I just think that with so much rest in between the last time Syracuse played, that came on Sunday against Louisville, now it's a full week pretty much until their next game, not to mention they're at home. That's huge for the Orange. They've just been dominant at home and have struggled on the road, as you saw against Georgia Tech. I think that's exactly what Syracuse needs. A home court advantage sends the seniors out on top.
So Syracuse wins for both of you guys, and then according to you guys, that puts them securely in the field of 68 in the NCAA tournament. Huge for Syracuse, huge for Orange fans. For Matt Liberman, Tyler Aki, I'm Marco Socci. Enjoy the game.